Let's unsettle a myth that shapes how we see success. Wealth is invisible. Poverty is flashy. That's uncomfortable, but here's why. We confuse spending with prosperity. Think of the typical image of a rich person. New cars, designer brands, nights out, upgrades everywhere. These aren't tokens of wealth, they're signals of consumption. Wealth isn't what you buy. Wealth is what you keep. It stays when the applause fades, quietly growing in the background. The truly wealthy rarely seek attention. They choose options over approval. Their lives look normal, not because they lack, but because they have nothing to prove. So what does invisible wealth really mean? It lives in the shadows. Savings for emergencies, investments compounding, low debt, a life that doesn't depend on every paycheck. These aren't visible, but they're true power. Wealth is the freedom to pause, to breathe, to say no. It's time. It's choice. And choice needs no logo. Why is poverty flashy? Because insecurity wants witnesses. When people don't feel secure, they try to look secure. The quickest path is visible spending. It's an emotional strategy, proof that you're keeping up, proof you belong. But proof is expensive. It comes at the cost of stress, debt, lost time. Flashy poverty is about the need to be seen, even when it hurts the future. Ask yourself, will you chase applause or build quiet power? The performance trap. Here's the trap. Once you start performing success, you have to keep performing it. A luxury item becomes your new normal. A new car becomes an expectation. A lifestyle upgrade becomes a lifestyle requirement. And then your life becomes a stage. You don't choose what to buy based on what helps you. You choose based on what looks good. And looking good has a monthly payment. That's why flashy lifestyles often create fragile lives. A fragile life looks successful until one problem hits. A job loss, a medical bill, a slow month, a family emergency. Then the illusion collapses. The biggest lie. If I earn more, I'll be okay. Most people think the solution is income. If I just earn more, I'll finally feel safe. But here's the truth. Income doesn't create stability. Systems create stability. Because if your habits are unstable, a higher income only magnifies the instability. More money doesn't fix a spending problem. It gives it a larger budget. That's why so many high earners still live paycheck to paycheck. They upgraded their lifestyle faster than they upgraded their discipline. Looking rich versus being rich. Looking rich is loud. Being rich is quiet. Looking rich is brand names, high payments, constant upgrades, always trying to match an image. Being rich is low stress, high savings rate, investing consistently, options, freedom. One is designed to be seen. The other is designed to work. And the funny part is, the person who looks rich often has less control than the person who looks average. Because control isn't something you can wear. It's something you build. A simple story, 2 people, 2 lives. Let's make this real. Imagine 2 people living in the same city. Person A looks successful. New car, nice clothes, expensive weekends, always upgrading. Person B looks average. Older car, simple style, quiet weekends, no flexing. From the outside, you assume person A is winning. But behind the scenes, person A is stressed. Payments are heavy. Savings are low. Every month requires perfect income. Person B is calm. Expenses are low. Savings are growing. Investments are automatic. A bad month is not a disaster. 10 years later, person A still needs to keep up. Person B can slow down. Person B can walk away. Person B has choices. Person A performed success. Person B built freedom. That's the difference. Why we keep falling for the flash. Because flash is immediate. It gives instant validation. A purchase gives a quick emotional reward. Excitement, confidence, attention. But it doesn't last. So the person needs another upgrade. And another. And another. This is why flashy poverty is a loop. Spend to feel better. Feel better briefly. Then feel empty again. Then spend again. It's not a money problem. It's a validation problem. And validation is one of the most expensive addictions. The invisible wealth playbook. So what does the invisible wealth person do? They follow boring rules. They spend below their means. They invest consistently. They keep fixed costs low. They avoid lifestyle inflation. They choose peace over applause. They don't chase rich things. They chase rich outcomes. Rich outcomes like no stress, no debt, high flexibility, high savings, and long-term compounding. They understand one principle deeply. Money wants to grow, but it can't grow if you keep spending it to impress people. The real flex. Here's the real flex nobody posts. Being able to quit. Being able to take time off. Being able to handle emergencies calmly. Being able to invest without fear. Being able to sleep. That is wealth. A flashy car can't buy that. Designer clothes can't buy that. A high-end dinner can't buy that. Only margin buys that. Margin is the difference between earning and spending. Margin is the space where wealth is created. And that's why wealthy people protect margin like it's sacred. Practical. How to switch from flash to freedom. If you want to live this truth, here's a practical framework. 1. Ask the image question before any purchase. Is this for my life or for my image? If it's for image, pause. Not forever, pause. 2. Build a quiet wealth baseline. Decide what enough looks like. A lifestyle you can maintain without stress. A life that doesn't require constant upgrades. 3. Automate invisible wealth. Automate savings. Automate investing. Make wealth building happen in the background before you can spend it. 4. Spend selectively. Being disciplined doesn't mean no fun. It means intentional fun. Spend more on what you truly value. Spend less on what you're only buying for approval. 5. Stop comparing visible lives. You do not know what people owe. You do not know their payments. You do not know their stress. Don't compete with a highlight reel. The shift that changes everything. Once you understand that wealth is invisible, you stop trying to impress. And when you stop trying to impress, your money finally has room to work. You stop living for attention. You start living for freedom. And freedom compounds. Ending, open loop/transition. So remember this. Wealth is invisible. Poverty is flashy. The quiet life often hides the strongest finances. The loud life often hides the biggest pressure. In the next video, I'll show you the invisible wealth system, the exact habits and rules that make someone richer, while looking completely average. Because once you stop chasing the look of wealth, you finally start building the real thing.